Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Freedom Friday, and we're here to open your mind. We are living the good life right here on WBOK 1230 AM. We are opening minds to living differently in the world with love, compassion, tolerance, and understanding for ourselves and hopefully everyone else. We do that right here weekdays at 11 a.m. Make sure you tune in each and every day for Motivation Monday, Relationship Tuesday, Wellness Wednesday, Gumbo Talk Thursday, and of course Freedom Friday. Freedom Friday is where I drop my bags, I tell my story, we interview someone and really get to know them, how they have walked their walk and how they have been able to accomplish the things that they have been able to accomplish in life. Today, my guest had to go out of town, so we have to reschedule Mr. Mackey. He will not be here, but I do have none other. I will say, everything happens for a reason, and this week our topic is compassion. That's what we were discussing. And so actually Bishop Henry Bolden, who's usually here on Mondays, who's here with Motivation Mondays, is going to be here for this show as well. And just how it worked out, I think it's a perfect fit for him. So I'm really excited. He will be here after the first break. I do give a little bit of insight into my life on Freedom Fridays. I do open up a little bit, let you know what's going on, because sometimes when we're able to be transparent, sometimes when we're able to be authentic, when we are able to be vulnerable, it allows other people to walk into theirs as well. So many times we scroll through Facebook or social media and we read people's posts and we can take it one way or another, but do we really look into where people are coming? Sometimes people are just having a hard day and they have to get it out. Sometimes, some people are like, oh, they share too much, but is it? Can it be? Yes, no, I guess it all depends on the person and where they are in their lives. And so where I am in my life is I'm very open, transparent. It is what it is. And through this journey, I have been able to drop my bags and to release shame. You can't shame me about anything, and I can't explain the level of freedom that brings you, but I do suggest it to each and every one of you if you are, in a situation or, you are able to open up with your partner or whoever it may be. Now, I'm not saying spill your guts and tell all your business to everybody in the world, but I am saying that opening up to that person that you trust or opening up to those people in your life or that 10-year secret that you've been having that is literally eating away at your soul, let it go. Let it go. Have compassion for yourself. We are going into the 4 core values of the Good Life Radio Show: love, compassion, tolerance, and understanding. We're going to be going through all of those, and this week is compassion. And so I offer that each and every one of you offer compassion for yourselves and for others. We say it every day, and I say it and I believe it. And so I want to just share a little bit about, having compassion for yourself and for others, just with, just kind of stuff that I'm dealing with or, stuff that, you may be dealing with. Now is the time to forgive. Now is the time to have compassion for yourself and for others. Forgive yourself, forgive others. How many times do we allow pride to get in our way? How many times do we allow pride to get in our way, to stop us from walking into our destiny, that hinders us from being able to reach our future, to be able to move to the next level? How many times is pride our bedmate when our significant other should be there? How many times is pride, in our mug when we're at work? And we're sipping on it all day long when we know that we need to reach out to a coworker and just ask for help. How many times, is pride there and it creates a distance between you and your child because you won't tell your child, I made a mistake, I'm not perfect. How many times is that pride, that something that is eating away at you, that uncomfortable knot that is in your stomach? Well, I offer you today to offer compassion to yourselves and everyone around you. Because there's been times where, I thought I have forgiven. I talk about forgiveness all the time. I thought I had forgiven. I say it and I ask God to help me walk in that walk. I'm like, of course, forgiveness doesn't happen at that moment. And through forgiveness, you are showing compassion. And you offer that forgiveness to somebody, even though, they still get you. But that time is going to heal that wound, or you think that it does. And so you're going on in life, and you're like, I've forgiven them. I have forgiven them. But I ask each and every one of you today to take a moment, this moment right now, to search your hearts. I want you to really search your hearts, and I want you to offer true compassion. How many of us have in theory, I'm putting that in quotes, in theory, forgiven someone? Where you think you've forgiven someone, and you've walked that walk, and you may even still talk to them. But if you really search your heart, there is a bitterness, a root of bitterness that is deep down within. And it is surrounded by pride. And it is just stuck. And you may go day to day and you don't even realize that it's there. But I encourage everyone listening, those who are watching on Facebook, those who are watching on Instagram, to search your heart today. Who do you need to show compassion to? Who do you need to forgive? Number one, I know it's yourself, because we all have something. None of us are perfect. There is something that we need to offer forgiveness to ourselves. There's something that we need to show compassion to ourselves. And then I ask you to search your heart again and show it to someone else. What if you found out today that person you were angry with, you left the house this morning, you were angry with your significant other. You left the workplace yesterday and you had an argument with your boss. That best friend that you haven't spoken to in 5 years. That family member who you had an argument with during Christmas. Where would that relationship look? What would that relationship look like if you knew that today was going to be their last day? What would you do differently? I want you to look inside your hearts and look inside your souls. Because is it really worth it to hold on to that bitterness? Is it really worth it to hold on to that anger, that pain, that anguish? Is it really worth it? If you knew that today was their last day, would you reach out to them? If you knew that today was your last day, what would you do? What would you do differently? If you knew that 6 p.m. today, that was your time. None of us know our time. We are not promised another day. But we can decide that we're going to live our tomorrow. We can decide that we're going to live our now. We can decide that we're going to live in the present. And we're going to show love, compassion, tolerance, and understanding for ourselves and everyone else. We're not promised another day. What if it's your mother? What if it's your father? You haven't spoken in years. Search your heart. Is it worth it? Do you want to be sitting in the front row at the funeral? Shoulda, coulda, woulda. I wish I would have talked to them. I wish I would have picked up the phone. That argument we had 6 years ago is not that important. Honestly, I don't even remember what we were arguing about. But that pride has kept you in a place. And here's the crazy part. It talks to you. It talks to you. It whispers in your ear. It tells you that you don't have to do that. They're the ones that are wrong. Why should you be the one to forgive? Releasing that is what Freedom Friday is all about. Dropping those bags. Isn't it heavy? Aren't you tired of it? I know I am. We are called in our lifetime to do lots of things that are uncomfortable. But we are only put in uncomfortable situations when we are ready to take off to the next level, when we are ready to grow. And I offer each and every one, today is an uncomfortable situation for you. I ask you to look into your hearts. I ask you to search it. They tell you to guard your hearts and protect it from bitterness, from anger, from fear. And so if you have allowed it in, it's okay, but what are you going to do about it today? what are you going to do about it? If you knew that you were never going to have the chance to speak to them again and you were going to have one last conversation, what would you want that conversation to look like? What would you want it to look like? What would you tell them? What would they tell you? We aren't promised. Compassion is one of the most underutilized gifts that we have. And we need to start giving it a little bit more freely. And we can open our minds to living differently in the world and walk in compassion, tolerance, understanding. We can live a good life. And so I ask you to do it today. And I can only say it because I'm walking this walk with you. Trust me, it's the most uncomfortable thing in the world. I've held on to pride for way too long, and I thought it was a pretty good comfort. I thought it was getting me what I wanted, but it was only pushing me further and further away. We are asked to do things that we don't want to, things that we don't think is fair all the time. But what's on the other side of that? I promise it's your breakthrough. I promise it's your breakthrough. People talk about it all the time. Forgiveness, forgiveness, forgiveness. But bitterness is attached to that. And we have to release that as well. And it's walking into that step by step. I never said it was going to be easy. I never said it was going to be, comfortable. I never said it was going to be a walk in the park. But it is worth it. What would you tell that person if you knew that today was their last day? And here's the catch. They don't know it's their last day, but you do. So you have to go to them and tell them or forgive them or ask for forgiveness, either way that it goes, knowing that it's their last day. And they're looking at you sideways. They're looking at you crazy because they don't even understand why. They may still even be angry at you. But it doesn't matter. Your responsibility is to do your part. So I ask you, here on The Good Life, to do your part today. To show compassion for yourself and to others. I ask you to start walking that walk. I ask you to open your mind, to do something differently. If there's one thing I'm clear about is God gives you the same lesson until you learn it. That's one thing I'm clear about. That's what I talk about on Freedom Fridays. I talk the things about I am clear about because I have lived them. He gives you the same lesson until you learn it. So why not learn that lesson? Why not walk in compassion? Why not let your bags go? It is the way into an entirely different level of freedom that you cannot understand until you've done it. Vulnerability isn't a bad word. It shows your strength. So offer up that vulnerability. Offer up that love. Offer up that forgiveness. Release that bitterness. Release that anger. And walk into the good life. And walk into compassion. And let's do it together. So, that's what I'm clear about. Because I've been asked to do it. As of yesterday. And I can only speak my truth. And I hope you're able to speak yours. So we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we are going to have Pastor Henry Bolden in the studio today. Our theme this week is compassion. We are opening our mind to new levels of it so that we can all live the good life. Y'all know it's Freedom Friday. I talk about dropping your bags. Why not drop your bags? Walk into your weekend with a free spirit, with a new level of freedom. We'll be right back.
Where you at, New Orleans? This is Paul Beaulier, and I'm back on WBOK with Showtime in the afternoon. Come talk with me every Friday, 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Showtime in the afternoon. I'm Paul Beaulier, and I'm back.
Hi, this is Bishop Henry Bolden. I'm so excited to have this opportunity to personally extend to you, your family, and your friends this invitation to join me for worship. That's right. Come experience God on a whole new level. Join me at Perfecting Life Church this week. Make weekend plans right now. Join me for our Tuesday night life service each and every Tuesday night at 6:45 p.m. Only 45 minutes. Come as you are, dressed comfortably. Bring your family and friends with you. Also, don't forget our electrifying Sunday morning worship experience at 9:45. That's right. Come as you are and watch God do something incredible for you. Join me, Perfecting Life Church, 2025 Whitney Avenue, in the beautiful city of Gretna, Louisiana. Again, that's 2025 Whitney Avenue in Gretna, Louisiana. Listen, Perfecting Life Church is a place you can call home. Bring your faith, your friends, and your family. God bless you.
Isogenics is one of the fastest growing companies in the world because their products work. Their solutions and culture has redefined the health and wellness industry. Science backs their products and statistics back their success. But it's the people who make them successful. And I, Eileen Carter, have joined the Isogenics revolution. I've used the products and followed their system, and I swear by them. I'm on my journey of transformation and invite you to join me and try Isogenics today. Challenge yourself and change your life. Find information and testimonials at thegoodliferadioshow.isogenics.com. thegoodliferadioshow.isogenics.com. thegoodliferadioshow.isagenics.com. Order yours today. Small businesses play an important role in society, and L&R Security is no different. L&R Security delivers safety and comfort to our neighborhoods, events, apartment communities, conventions, work sites, festivals, and your business. L&R Security can be reached at 504-943-3191 to ensure the safety of your employees, customers, family, friends, and you. L&R Security has made its mark in the security arena for over 37 years and will faithfully continue that tradition. Call today for your personalized consultation to ensure your security needs are met. L&R Security differentiates itself by creating partnerships with our clients and guards. We are now hiring armed and unarmed guard professionals, retired military, sheriffs, and PD to grow with us and impact our community. Be a part of the change with L&R Security. Call us now at 504-943-3191. 504-943-3191.
There's a miracle healing crusade coming to New Orleans. God is still working miracles, and he has a miracle for you. Get ready for the miracle crusade against cancer beginning Saturday, August 26th at 7 p.m., then Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, August 27th through the 29th. It's 2 services, 10 a.m. and 7 p.m. at Light City Church. The CDC reported new cancer diagnoses at 1.5 million a year, and more than 500,000 persons dying from this disease. Are you suffering from cancer? Come get healed at the Miracle Crusade Against Cancer with David E. Taylor. All seats are free, but you must pre-register at Eventbrite.com. Search Miracle Crusade or download the Light City app and register there. Pastors, get preferred seating when registering with your group of 25 or less. Community groups of any kind are asked to register together as well. Come, see cancer, diabetes, and debilitating diseases cured. It's August 26th through the 29th. The Miracle Crusade Against Cancer with David E. Taylor at Light City Church at 6117 St. Claude, where Chief Apostle Leonard Lucas pastors.
WBOK 1230 AM, the People's Station.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Freedom Friday, and we're here to open your mind. We are living the good life right here on WBOK 1230 AM. We are opening minds to living differently in the world with love, compassion, tolerance, and understanding for ourselves and everyone else. We do that right here weekdays at 11 a.m. Thanks so much for tuning in. You never have to miss a show. You can see what goes on live in studio if you're following us on Instagram or Facebook. That is at TGL Radio Show, at TGL Radio Show. Why? Because it is the good life, right? Where else would you want to be but right here at 11 a.m.? But if you do miss a show, you can always catch us on YouTube. We do have a rebroadcast daily at 11. And where else can you find us? YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, everywhere you want to be, right? And the share button is the most underutilized button in the world. So please, if you enjoy the good life, share, tell your family and friends. We are growing and we would love to grow with you. And if you, I do want to say this, if you know anyone who would be interested in sharing their story, they have a compelling story that matches the good life. You know, they're Freedom Friday, they want to drop their bags. I had a wonderful conversation with Miss Hale, who was here about 3 Fridays ago, who literally went from a master in Mississippi to a master's degree and taking her family to the next level. And she came back and brought me flowers, and I was so blessed because she was like, Eileen, that show really changed my life. And she's like, I will never forget what you did for me. And I was like, honestly, I just gave you the opportunity, but you did so much for so many people, you know, opening their minds and walking into your purpose and passion. And we are here to give our testimony. We are. Y'all can say what you want to, but we are here to give our testimony, and we are here to help other people. It is what it is. That's what it is. We are all connected, and as soon as we start, you know, letting go of all of our nonsense, and I mean nonsense as in like bitterness, anger, shame, fear, hatred, anxiety, when we start releasing those things, we can be able to gravitate towards one another. Why do you think they have certain, or I should say, I'm not going to say everybody because I believe people are spirits, you know what I mean? So why do you think the enemy, because the enemy hops from person to person, you don't always have to have them around. But anyway, that's a conversation for another day, Henry. We'll talk about that another day. But nonetheless, you know, why do you think the enemy wants to set fear and hatred in you? Because they want to disconnect us. They want to disconnect us. And so I would like us to, you know, open our mind and start walking together if we could and show a little bit more compassion. So I have none other than the Pastor Henry Bolden in the... Why are you laughing?
Because you said none other. I just felt
none other than the...
what?
Than the pastor... I can't say pastor. Bishop. I'm so excited, y'all. He made a come up, so I feel like the Good Life made a come up too.
I didn't make a come up till I got on the Good Life show.
Well, this is true, so look how it works.
See, it works. I could testify. It really works.
The Good Life works. So we are here, and I know people hear you on Mondays, so yes, I am truly blessed that you have been a part of this journey for as long as you have. Yes. He is Bishop Henry Bolden, and I'd like you to just give people where they can find you if they want to. You know, they hear you every Monday, but maybe they want to follow you and also, you know, visit you at your church. So how can they do that?
Join us. Yeah, absolutely. You can follow me, of course, on The Good Life every Monday. And whenever she tells me to come, I'm here.
That's a good answer.
I'm always on standby for her. So you can follow me on social media, Henry Bolden, everywhere. You can email me, as I always say, and I answer it personally. I don't have this staff sitting around signing my name. I answer them personally, hbolden3@yahoo.com. And you can visit us in live worship. We just launched a new location on the West Bank that I'm excited about, 2025 Whitney Avenue in Gretna, Louisiana. So it's powerful. So this Sunday at 9:45 and on Tuesdays at 6:45. You can join us. So yeah, I'd love to see you.
I love it. That's what the Good Life is all about. You know, everybody needs a word. Yeah. So, and you deliver such impassioned words, and you are really able to, actually the funny thing, when I'm at a Light City Church with Apostle Leonard Lucas. Yeah. But when I started converting, I was with the Blakes. And I remember I had talked to RC. Maybe I should call him by his Bishop RC. Be correct. And he was speaking of there was a prophetic service. And I was like, oop, need to be there. So he was actually out of town. I was kind of disappointed because I was like, he told me to come and he's not, you know, preaching. But you were the preacher. I don't even know if you know that. Right? No, you weren't the disappointment. No, you weren't. And it's funny because you gave a verse, and golly, I need to remember it. You gave a verse, and I actually you inspired me that day, seriously.
Yeah,
And I wrote that verse. Now I'm trying to remember it. I'll remember it. I wrote that verse on my mirror, and I said it all the time.
A little one shall become 1,000.
It was Hebrew something. I'm gonna remember by the end of the show.
Like 1,000.
I know exactly.
I don't know.
This was over a year ago.
Yeah.
So, but you have inspired so many, and it was my first time seeing you. I was like, who is this guy? He is really inspiring. So if you have not seen him, if you don't follow him on social media, I know he, gives daily inspirational words. He has books. Tell us about your books too.
Yes.
Yeah, you have books.
I'm gearing up for that. I'm excited about that. If you follow me on social media, we're kind of in the pre-launching stages now. What I'm doing now, we are updating our new website. That's henrybolden.com. I forgot to mention that.
I heard about that.
Yeah. So
Everywhere you want to be.
www.henrybolden.com. I'm worldwide, but that didn't happen until I started on the Good Life show. I gotta give that disclaimer. Things just started blowing up for me.
I love it.
And so you'll be able to follow me there. We'll have interactive videos. You'll be able to download my books. I'm excited about this new ebook I have. It's called. It's called. I don't know what it's called now. She messed me up.
I'm trying to fix the mic so people can see you. Okay, there we go. That's better.
What's so great about you? That's what it is.
Oh, what's so great about me?
What's so great about you is the title of my new ebook. It's going to be, hey, I'm going to be giving 1,000 of them away for free.
What?
Yeah, I'm going to give 1,000 away for free. I'm going to sell about 100,000 first.
Of course.
But I'm going to give away at least 1,000 for free. So you got to stay tuned to my social media. And as soon as I say go now and download the first free 1,000, go and do that. And that'll also give you an opportunity.
Are you going to tell us here on The Good Life, too?
I'm going to debut it on The Good Life.
Hello.
I'm not going to mention it until I get here.
Hello.
So it's going to be on a Monday,
That's
right? So I'm announcing on a Monday.
Yes.
And then you'll be able to download it while I'm here in the studio.
I'm going up.
Yeah.
On a Monday.
Yeah. So my life is the better because I'm a part of this extraordinary show and connected with this incredible woman. So
You're trying to just make me smile.
Thank you so
much.
much.
I am so excited to have you here.
Yeah.
And I couldn't, we had a cancellation, but I couldn't think of a better person to speak
I was a
about.
disappointment.
No.
There.
You already
now
know
I'm the result of
you're the first person I
cancellation.
thought
You see
about.
that?
No, you really
Do
were the
y'all
first
see
person
that?
I thought about because I don't believe in coincidences.
Yeah.
I absolutely do not believe in coincidences.
Yeah.
And so for me to speak about compassion,
Yeah.
I don't think I could have chosen a better person, to be perfectly honest.
Wow.
I think you've seen my growth in spirituality,
Absolutely.
haven't you?
Absolutely.
Have you had a little compassion for me?
Yeah.
You're laughing.
Yeah. No, because I
can't tell
really
everybody
have.
else
Yeah,
that.
right. That's off air.
But you've been able to see my growth in my
Absolutely.
spiritual journey.
Absolutely.
And you've had a lot of compassion for me because I'm like, Henry, what is this? What is this? What is going on?
Yeah.
And so I just want to say, how do you do that with your flock? Because there are people listening right now who are looking for a leader, who are looking for someone to pour into them, who are looking for that inspiration because they don't know what is up and what is down and which way they're going. And they're looking for a little compassion. Yeah. And they haven't, but the funny part is they haven't delivered it all their lives. Mm-hmm. So they're a little bit guilty about that. But they want it desperately right now. What is that? Where do you go from there? I'm that person. What do I do?
I think it's a few things that we have to really lay the groundwork for understanding compassion. Compassion is inextricably tied to your consciousness, not just self-consciousness, but God consciousness and people consciousness. Because ultimately you will reap what you sow.
Wow.
And that has the good connotation and the bad connotation. Most people, when they're angry and upset and you do something, they say, you're going to reap what you sow. Well, I want to reap what I sow.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
I'm on the other side of that perspective. I actually want to reap what I sow.
Me too.
Don't you?
Yes.
I'm sowing good seed. I'm investing in people. I'm blessing people. I'm sacrificing. So I really do want to reap the things that I sow. And one of the prominent things that I sow is compassion.
Wow.
Because in order to have compassion on somebody, it demands that you have consideration, a strong sense of consideration, not only for others and their circumstance, but that you give great consideration to the concept that it could be you in that exact set of circumstances. And what would I want somebody to do for me or with me if I was in that same scenario? And so when you're exercising compassion, it's really not simply relegated to you because you're in it. It's really a reflection that's saying, what would I want someone to do for me if I was in this dilemma?
Right.
And ultimately, that goes back to you have to treat others as you would want to be treated.
The golden rule.
Yeah, I can't look down on you and say, how could you do that? How could you be there? How could you mess up? Because it could very easily, in a twinkling of an eye, be me.
Isn't it always you?
Yeah.
Doesn't it always turn back around on you?
Yeah.
Isn't that the funny part? Like, we can put it in some, I don't want to say simple terms, but, you've had a friend who, was going through a breakup, and maybe you weren't that sensitive to them when they were going through their breakup, and, you still went out and did everything else, and they're at home by themselves.
Yeah.
And then, 6 months later, you have your breakup.
Absolutely.
And then you want that friend to be there, and they are.
Yeah. Well,
you know what I'm saying? And they are. Because they know what it feels like. But I'm saying it's easy for us. I'm going to throw something at you. It's easy for us to show compassion when we've been in that situation.
Absolutely.
It's very difficult for us to show compassion when we have not been in that situation. And so that is where I would love for people to open their minds.
Yeah.
For the person who may be, and I'm getting real, somebody who may be, strung out on drugs, who is on heroin, somebody who is gambling their life away, someone who is an alcoholic and just can't do it by themselves, someone who has, a sexual addiction, someone who is abusive, like extreme states where you're like, that would never be me. Showing compassion for them, showing compassion for someone who has done something, who has placed them in prison.
Yeah.
How do we treat them when they come back?
Yeah.
How do we treat people who, in our mind, who have done something that is absolutely the most awful thing? Mm-hmm. Because at some point in our life, we're going to be placed in that predicament. What do you do at that moment?
Well, it's just like what I was saying, what you just said. Most people find it easy to be compassionate to relatable circumstances.
Right.
I know I used to be a smoker, so I can relate. But we detach ourselves from things that we think will never be a part of our reality. Part of our reality. I don't like cameras.
I'm trying to get him on camera. He's trying to back out.
Part of our reality. And so even to this day, when I'm driving and I see people on the street or they're asking for money or they need help, I don't see them. I see a reflection of me. I see me out there because compassion is a future investment for what might be the inevitable one day. That could be me. The only thing that's separating me and him is not my intellect, not where I'm matriculated from. It's just the grace of God. I could very well be under the bridge. He could hop in my car, live in my house, live my life. I could have that one. And so when I exercise compassion, it is a future investment that says no matter what kind of turn my life takes, God is going to have somebody around me that releases the same compassion that I released on this man.
For me.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what it is. It comes full circle. That's why you got to be careful how you treat everybody at every stage of life.
Literally, it comes full circle. It may not be today.
It may not be today.
It may not be tomorrow.
And God will bring you back to your remembrance. I've had that happen.
Really?
I've had
Tell
things.
me.
Oh my God! I've had things happen in my life, and I needed something, and somebody showed up, and the Lord said, "You remember like 3 years ago when you did that, or you went and vouched for this person, or you went and endorsed this person for this kind of, and this is what happened." God was sending it back in terms of harvest for me.
But is that why we do it?
Well, I think you have to do it out of a pure motive, and you have to have the Bible says, ye which are spiritual, restore such a one in the spirit of meekness, considering that it could be you. And so the reason I do it is because I have consideration that it very well could be me.
And it's funny that you say that, or not really funny, because before you came on, and I know you caught the end of it, I was really... And truly, y'all, I mean this with all sincerity, only because I literally had to do it myself. Search your heart. Search your heart.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to talk about that when we get back.
All right. Okay.
We have to take a quick break. We are here on Freedom Friday. We are opening our minds to living differently in the world. We are dropping our bags. We have Bishop Henry Bolden in the studio. You can catch him everywhere at Henry Bolden. You really just have to type in him. He's everywhere that you want to be. And his new website is coming out, henrybolden.com.
Yeah.
henrybolden.com.
Yes.
So I'm so excited about his growth. I'm so excited about the Good Life Radio Show because he is right here with us and he delivers each and every Monday. But I reeled him in on a Friday. It's going up on a Friday, y'all. Freedom Friday. Compassion. Open your mind. Show someone. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Viola Washington.
And I'm Andrew Rhodes.
And we are
Reality Check,
Please join us every Friday at 12:30 a.m.
where we discuss local and national history and give you an update regarding the Road Home program.
And remember, that's Reality Check at 12:30 a.m. Central Time and 12:30 a.m. on your radio dial.
Small businesses play an important role in society, and L&R Security is no different. L&R Security delivers safety and comfort to our neighborhoods, events, apartment communities, conventions, work sites, festivals, and your business. L&R Security can be reached at 504-943-3191 to ensure the safety of your employees, customers, family, friends, and you. L&R Security has made its mark in the security arena for over 37 years and will faithfully continue that tradition. Call today for your personalized consultation to ensure your security needs are met. L&R Security differentiates itself by creating partnerships with our clients and guards. We are now hiring armed and unarmed guard professionals, retired military, sheriffs, and PD to grow with us and impact our community. Be a part of the change with L&R Security. Call us now at 504-943-3191. 504-943-3191.
Do you need to sell your home fast? You should call NOLA Homes Project and join the hundreds of motivated sellers that receive big paychecks for their homes. We're part of a large group of experienced real estate developers who are currently looking for homes in your area. It doesn't matter the reason, inheriting unwanted property, facing foreclosure, problem tenants, we can make a fair offer on your home within 24 hours, close very quickly, and we buy in its as-is condition. Also, if you ever thought about making money flipping homes right here in the local area, then you should call NOLA Homes Project and join the area's #1 real estate mentoring program. Earn while you learn our system on how to find properties to flip, how to evaluate deals quickly, and how to use other people's money to fund your real estate deals. In fact, if the property looks good for a rehab, we'll put up 100% of the money for your deals. Call NOLA Homes Project today at 504-322-1536, 322-1536, or go to nolahomesproject.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Tammy Lewis Wilborn, owner and Chief Clinical Officer of Wilborn Clinical Services and founder and producer of the annual Black Women's Wellness Conference. Wilborn Clinical Services provides professional and culturally responsive clinical services to meet the needs of a diverse community. Located in the historic Farmore community, we are minutes away from downtown New Orleans. If you're an individual, couple, or family looking for counseling in a warm, non-judgmental environment, call 504-509-3995. Are you a pre-licensed counselor looking for clinical supervision, interested in professional and personal development opportunities, or need an experienced consultant? Call Wilborn Clinical Services at 504-509-3995. Find us on the web at www.wilbornclinicalservices.com. Follow us on Facebook at Wilborn Clinical Services. Do it today, because at Wilborn Clinical Services, we build healthy community, one client at a time.
WBOK 1230 AM, the People's Station.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Freedom Friday, and we're here to open your mind. We are living the good life right here on WBOK 1230 AM. We are opening minds to living differently in the world with love, compassion, tolerance, and understanding for ourselves and everyone else. We do that right here weekdays at 11 a.m. You never have to miss a show with Motivation Monday, which is Henry is here for the last segment of every Monday, so you never want to ever miss a Monday.
Don't miss that,
ever,
please.
Ever. Relationship Tuesday, Wellness Wednesday, Gumbo Talk Thursday, and of course Freedom Friday. I'm really excited to have him here. Before we went to the break, we were discussing looking into your heart. This week's theme is about compassion. And you know what, Henry?
Yeah.
I'm going to let you go into it, and then I'm going to go into what I was saying that we were going to go into, and then we're going to have, I'm scheduling you just don't even know, for next Friday, because we're going to have next level conversation. Okay. I think it's the time. It's not the time. It is a time, because I just got told it's a time. So we're going to have next level conversation, and maybe we'll get into it now, but let's search everyone's heart, so we can walk into compassion.
Yeah.
Thoughts? Opening your heart, your mind, searching it, what's in it, bitterness. I will give you my quick example and let you roll with it. Yes. I thought I had forgiven.
Yeah. Most people think that.
Wow. Look
that
at
is
you.
Such a prevalent thought process.
Most people think. I really, truly thought I had forgiven.
Yeah.
I said, I have forgiven. Now, I'm walking every day. I'm trying to be a better person. Yeah. And I'm praying for God to take it off of me and to, release it. And I've forgiven.
Yeah.
But guess what?
Yeah.
Bitterness creeping up each and every day, because I was like,
yeah,
I don't know about that. Well, I thought, I didn't.
It's easy to say or convince yourself that you've forgiven as long as you have created for yourself a comfortable barrier and distance from what perpetrated you or the perpetrator himself or herself. Mm-hmm. But real forgiveness is not really validated until you're face to face with who hurt you or circumstance, and it doesn't have the effect on you. You haven't forgiven when that person still has the capacity to change your attitude or take dominion over your emotional state. You could walk in a restaurant, jubilant and excited, and you with your girlfriend, then you see him at the table, and your whole spirit dies. Now your day is all off because you haven't forgiven. You've just crossed over the parameters of your safe border that you thought you had in place, but now that you see them or him or her, now it starts to cause everything you thought was forgiven to surface. It causes it to surface, and really forgiveness is a subsurface kind of thing. That you have to forgive. And forgiveness has a great deal to do with compassion, or it kind of have the same signature of compassion in that every person who hasn't forgiven has somebody they still need to forgive.
Wow. Wait, say that one more time, Henry.
Every person who hasn't forgiven or feels like you're entitled to somebody apologizing, you still have people that you have to apologize to. Even Jesus says it, that if you haven't forgiven them, then I won't forgive you. Forgiveness is a cycle. It's a purging of your consciousness. It's a purging so that bitterness, the root of bitterness, does not come in and disrupt your thought life. You'd be surprised now how many people are consumed with people they haven't seen in 5 years. The other person has gotten married, had children, moved to a different state. They hadn't thought about you since the last day they saw you, and your mind is still engrossed with them.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm telling you, I counsel people all the time, and I'm like, and they talk as if they just saw the person 5 minutes ago, and I'm like, well, how long has it been? Well, June will be 11 years. I'm like, come on. You're holding your life hostage because you won't forgive and release yourself from that imprisonment. A lot of people are holding themselves hostage to their history, and they're not free to walk into the prepared place God has for them because they won't forgive.
Hostage to their history.
Yes.
Did y'all hear that?
Yes.
How many us right now are in hostage to our history?
Yeah.
Lots.
Yeah.
How many, like you said, married, 3 kids, husband, and you are still thinking about your boyfriend that hurt you in the 7th grade?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You are, married, divorced, married again, and you have 4 kids, and you are still thinking about that woman. Right. And how do we offer that compassion to ourselves, to release ourselves? Because I believe that that's bondage.
It is.
It really is bondage. How do we begin to release ourselves from that bondage? Because I think you would do it if you knew how. And I know it's not just something that, you flick on a light and it just switches, but how do we walk into that?
Well, here's the thing.
Help me out.
One of the things you have to be with yourself, if nothing else, is blatantly honest.
Ooh, Henry, that's hard.
And I know it's hard, but you've got to develop the ability to master being blunt with yourself. And there's some days you got to get up and look yourself in the mirror and say, now stop being foolish now.
Ooh.
This has nothing to do with spiritual training, and no, you don't have to lay on your face, and no, you don't have to have a fast for 7 days. You got to be blunt enough with yourself and say, I'm being too stupid. I've been crazy for too long. Now, you don't have to talk to anybody else like that, but you got the right to tell you. I've had to look at myself in the mirror and say, now you a fool. It's not them. Because people who have habitually hurt you or perpetually brought you to the same things, after a while, it's not them that's crazy.
Wait, say that again. People who have perpetually hurt you, people who bring you to the same things.
And who have...
It's not them anymore.
It's not them. As your friend, I'm going to get tired of you saying, you're not going to believe what he keep bringing me through. He crazy. He keep doing this. And after a while, I'm going to say, well, it's not him that's crazy now.
Right.
We flip the crazy meter now. It's you.
Right.
Because you persisting to be there or present has just now offered permission to them to keep doing it. So at some point, I'm going to be like, Eileen, he ain't crazy.
You crazy.
You crazy.
But that's a true story.
But how blatant can we be with ourselves and say, you know what? Look, I got to snap out of this foolish state I'm in. This is not going to work. I'm being unrealistic. Things are never going to work. We get together, we hug, we kiss. It's cool for about 2 weeks. Then something triggers. We go back down the road again. Then we make up. How long are you going to keep taking your life through that unproductive kind of thing you got going on?
How long? Well, you have people who are listening right now who are in that situation.
Absolutely.
And we are here to tell you.
Be bold enough and blatant with yourself to tell yourself, I've been foolish long enough now. Snap out of this. Let's get some realistic things happening in our lives. Let's develop a realistic, clear perception of who I am. See, because most of the time your perception of yourself is warped. That's why you tolerate.
Yes, I talked about that last week.
That's why you tolerate certain things. And you feel like this is all I can do. Well, this is all I deserve. And this is probably it. And you got people in your ear saying, girl, this is the best job you ever had. Well, it might be the best job I've ever had, but it won't be the best job I'll ever have.
Right.
Stop allowing people to limit you to where you are at this point.
Stop allowing people to limit you where you are at this point.
Yeah.
I love this conversation, Henry.
I love it, too.
I love it. Because you've hit so many different
points.
Thank
you for letting me be the second choice today.
Henry,
I really appreciate this.
What are you talking about? You already know. Time out. You better than anyone. Look, I'm trying to get this to put back
around.
I'm
so glad to be the second choice.
You are funny. You better than anyone know that there aren't any coincidences. I can't get this social media thing to put back around. There we go.
See there?
You better than anyone know that there aren't any coincidences. Yeah. And so this show and our conversation and what you know that you know that you know is is interesting. Look, I was about to go sideways, and I think I might go sideways. No, I don't. Yeah, mate. I don't know. I think we still have time, so I don't want to go sideways yet. You see the Lord putting words in my mouth, and I'm like, Lord, I was going to go out on it, but well, maybe so. Maybe there is a time because we were talking about a prophetic walk during the break due to they had a woman. And should you explain what a prophetic walk is? You want to explain?
Well, tell them your premise.
Okay. So before Henry came on the show, I was speaking to someone, and she's like, there will be someone that will be on the show named Henry, and, y'all will have to do work together. And I'm like, okay. And so obviously I have two Henrys for everyone who knows. And just due to the level of conversation that we were having, I was like, I just assumed it was first one because he was the only one at first. And then when I met this Henry.
Second again.
But don't they say that the second is used? I don't know. Look, I love Henry Jolly on Tuesday, so I can't say anything about that. But don't they say wasn't Jesus the second?
There you go.
There you go. Yeah. Jesus was the second. First King John. Don't play with me if you want to. I went to church this weekend. I got a word too. There's a place for the second. So look, you come, having ground laid for you. Yeah. But with that being something, I knew that we were supposed to, do something on this show, and we have. And wow, Henry told me something during the break that he would only know because he is prophetic, and I have been walking in that walk as well. I had Bishop Love kind of put me on blast, and I don't think I was necessarily ready for it. But I have been walking that walk, and I have been blessed, and it is a very humbling experience. And it's something that you need to guard. You need to show discernment. You need to show compassion, understanding. And I do believe that that's why, I have had so many journeys in my life. I don't like to call them painful, but I like to call them journeys because they're lessons. Yeah. And I'm able to show compassion for people. And if I had not walked these walks, I would not be able to have this level of compassion for other people. Were they always fun? No. But I will say being able to having had carried pain and anger and bitterness and unforgiveness in my heart for so long, and also having walked through the walk of freedom, and I'm by no means perfect, but I am farther along in that walk than where I started, I can say, and dropping those bags, oh my gosh, the level of freedom is amazing. And I say that all the time, but really, y'all, it really is amazing. And I had to start with having compassion for myself. Yeah. All that record that was playing of You're Not Good Enough, all that, this and that. I had to stop that record. I had to embrace myself, and I also had to release the bitterness. And one of the big ones for me that I didn't know that I had, because I think it plays a little trick on you, already know what I'm talking about, is pride. Yeah, I'm a prideful person. I didn't realize I was
Who would have ever thought that?
Who would have
Okay, look at her and tell that, right?
Me prideful? Never. Well, I got to the point yesterday where I really had to make a choice. Was it my pride, or was it,
jail time
for me or someone else?
Right.
Not really, but it does come to that moment, and I gave this question to the listeners earlier. If you knew that someone's last day was today, what would you do? Would you still hold on to your pride? Would you open up? Would you be vulnerable? Would you be transparent? If you knew your conversation could change that, what would you do? Henry, what would you do?
Well, that's such a complex question.
It is, and you got 3 minutes.
Well, the reality.
Maybe 4, if she's nice.
The reality of it is there are some people, and I'm speaking general because I have to embrace the whole audience. There are some people, if they knew that was somebody's last day, they would wish the clock would speed up quicker.
Oh.
That's the reality. We have to deal with the reality of real people because we don't know the history of the traumas that these persons inflicted. But you do have the responsibility for yourself to purge yourself of any grievances and things that you would hold against them, and get to the point where you release them.
But you know what? I'm glad you said that. Because there are people out there who wish it would speed up.
Absolutely.
No, seriously. They're like half the listening audience are like, I wish it would speed up.
Yeah.
But I say to you who wish it would speed up, search your heart.
Yeah.
Because if your initial thought was, I wish it would speed up, you are probably one of those, not probably, you are one of those people who need to check out your heart.
Yeah.
You need to remove the bitterness, the anger, the fear.
And that's what it is. And we're not being insensitive saying that.
I'm trying to help you out.
Yeah, we're saying that even though you probably completed the process of healing, or you're in the transition of being healed at this point, we're by no means saying, just suck it up and get over it. This day, last day, when I still have more years left to live with what they've done to me.
Exactly.
But I want to say to you that just because their life ends doesn't mean yours have to.
Wow.
That you have more life to live. You have too many more years ahead of you to be, again, hostage to somebody's immaturity, somebody's ignorance, somebody's mistreatment of you. But you do owe it to yourself, your children, everybody who depends on you to live in a healthy state emotionally, to be in a place where you are joyous and that you have happiness emanating from you. So if that means that I've got to release people who I've never gotten an apology from, then I have to do that.
Yes.
Do I know? Because me knowing that I'm prideful, then it's safe for me to say, well, they may be just as prideful, even more prideful, and they'll never say they're sorry. But don't allow them never saying they're sorry to keep you from saying to God and to yourself, I forgive them, I release them, I got to go ahead with the rest of my life.
I love that. Yeah. I release them.
Yeah. Yeah.
How important is that step?
Absolutely.
I release them.
Because you change, you turn the roles. I'm not being held by you. I have the power now to release you. I'm not captive. On my own volition, I'm choosing to say, hey, you know what? I release it and I let it go.
And that's compassion.
That's compassion at its core.
Compassion at its core. I am so excited you were here today.
Oh,
you were
I'm excited.
exactly who was supposed to be here. How can people follow you?
Well, you can follow me anywhere on social media, Henry Bolden, Bolden. You can email me, hbolden3@yahoo.com. And very soon you'll be able to just go right there on our brand new website, www.henrybolden.com, and get everything you want. It's going to be there for you.
Y'all, it is The Good Life. You know I had him here first. I know he's going to be talking to the nation, but you're like, I heard him on that girl Eileen show. Yes, you did. Right here on The Good Life, right here on WBOK. Thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure.
I absolutely enjoyed the conversation.
Absolutely.
I will reel him in next Friday. He doesn't know it because we're going to talk prophetically. You know, opening your mind is, you know, there's
a whole new world.
There is a whole new world, and once once you've seen the other side of the veil, you want to pull everybody in.
Right.
So we are going to have that conversation next week. So yeah, y'all, open your mind. I've opened mine, and I invite you to open yours. Thanks so much for tuning in. It is Freedom Friday. We are walking into compassion. I offer each and every one of you to please do a random act of compassion today. It is The Good Life. We're out.